So good afternoon to one and all present here, and have an exemplary afternoon. So if you have good thoughts, they will shine out of your face like sunbeams, and you will always look slow. Be courageous, challenge orthodoxy, stand up for what you believe in. Who are when you're in your rocking chair talking to your grandchildren many years from now, be sure you have a strong story to tell. Success is not found, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. With this note, I would like to welcome the most courageous person who we have as a resource person for this FDP in this beautiful afternoon. The weather is also on our side, and I would like to welcome Babu Rangarajan sir, who is a clinical psychologist, TEDx speaker and international trainer, and sir is having 8 years. Sir has worked as clinical psychologist for more than 8 years and 2 years experience at UAE at a school psychologist, trained more than 1 crore people successfully. And sir's experience is he has worked as a clinical psychologist in AP Medical Center and Hospital, which is located in Salem, Tamil Nadu, India. And also, sir also worked as a clinical psychologist at Central Child Neuroclinic, which is located in Salem area. And sir is well-versed in training, counseling, psychometric and coaching. And also, sir has worked as a student counselor at Gens Education, Sharjah. And sir has worked as a clinical psychologist in Neuro Foundation Hospital, Salem, Tamil Nadu. And sir's education qualification is, sir has completed his Master of Philosophy and MPhil in Clinical Psychology from Osmania University. And sir has completed his Master of Science in Applied Psychology from PSG College of Arts and Science. And sir's top skill is mental health, organizational development coaching. With this note, I would like to welcome the most energetic and most courageous resource person of this FDP. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for a wonderful introduction, and very good evening or good afternoon to everyone whoever joined this wonderful webinar and AICTE sponsored webinar. And thanks to Knowledge Institute of Technology for the great opportunity to share my experience with all the eminent professors who are all attending today. Great. So let me start sharing my screen. I hope you all enjoying the FDP is happening since last couple of days, and from the morning you have been energized with lots of knowledge. Great. Today slightly different. My session is slightly different from whatever you have been experiencing for the last couple of days and since morning. It is totally different experience which we are going to discuss today, and this is about stress management. Yes, I hope stress is not a new word for everyone. You have been hearing this for almost 20 plus years, I guess. Even though whatever the age you are in, definitely you must be knowing about the term called stress for last 2 decades. Even right now, if you go and check with the school children who are all grade 10, grade 8, even if you go to grade 6 also, they know about this term called stress. So much of exposure we got published about stress. It's not because of the advertisement, it's all because of the experience. They all experiencing this kind of a stress in a couple of last couple of years, and every day it's a part. And due to that, now it's pandemic, COVID, all lockdown first experience, that again this aggravates the stress and emotional issues is all happening nowadays, which much more higher you can see, I guess. All right, so I request everyone, before I go further, I want every professors, lecturers, I want you to give some attention, pay attention. I know you're all busy person in your own location and the organization where you are associated with. I know you are very busy and you may play a dual role. I request, please pay attention. I'm going to share very, very interesting thing, and I'm not talking to you alone. I'm going to talk to the entire India, entire community of students community. I'm going to share this. Please learn certain strategies which we are going to discuss here. You can pass on to your community where you are associated with. Transform more number of students. Maybe you are not suffering with stress, but in front of your eyes you may be seeing many people are suffering with stress. Maybe this session will help you to cope up with lot of strategies where you can pass on this message to many people in your services. So for that, I want you all to do an active participation. There will be an interactive session also. You can ask any question at any time. My chat box are open. My chat box, let me open my chat box. so that you can where is my chat box? Yeah, it is there here. Yes, my chat box are available now. At any time you can shoot up your questions. I'll be happy to answer then and there. All right. Are you all ready for the session? I want you all to say yes in the chat box. Yes in the chat box. You have to give your program your mind for learning, right? Say yes in the chat box if you are ready for today's learning about stress management. I'm here to share lots of strategies. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You can use the same strategy with your students also wherever you are practicing. Whenever you start your sessions, always put students in a yes mode, because your mind your mind starts learning when the mind is in yes mode. It's not guaranteed that whatever the presentation you are giving beautifully for 40 minutes for your classroom on a one lesson period, definitely there is a chances of not learning can happen by the students. It's not because of the teacher, it's because of the student is not ready with their mind. So as a teacher, as a professor, you are responsible for make sure that your effort for taking your lesson to share your experience to empower your student has to go 100%. For that, I request everyone to use the same strategy. Ask all the students to be in yes mode. Before you start your session, always ask them, are you all ready for learning? With the consent, with the permission, with the yes mode, we can start move on. Even though if they are not ready, if they say yes, the mind is getting ready for learning. So learning happens only, absolutely happens only when you are ready. So I'm not a person to make you learn. It is learning happens only you are ready, because you are going to connect with me. I'm not going to connect with you. I connected with only the technology, but the learning happens only when you connect with me. How you can connect with me? If you say yes in your mind, you will connect with me automatically. Yes, that's the magic of how the learning happens. All right. So thank you so much. All the chat responses, almost I get 13 yes, I guess. Yeah, very good. There are a few people already, they are in yes mode mentally. Even though if you are mentally say yes, you could have come in the chat box so that it will be helpful to learn more better. All right, I want you all to share what comes to your mind as soon as you see this picture. Either as soon as you see this picture, what comes to your mind when you look at this picture? Yeah, you can come in the chat box, please. What comes to your mind when you look at this picture? The human mind works in a differently. So human mind, always, we come out with so many ideas, and every second of our life we get so many ideas. So what comes to your mind when you see this picture? Yeah, there are a few people, they start typing in. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate you start typing in. Yes, great. Yeah.
Picture is not displayed.
Oh, picture is not displayed. Okay, sorry. So probably what I have to do is I have to share the entire screen so that it will be shared. Yes. Is it fine? Will you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Now it's visible, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. So what comes to your mind when you see this picture? Yeah, I think yes. Too many work at time. Thank you so much. Too many works. Yeah, there are so many people. There are stress at workplace. Wow, good guess. Very good, very good. So what else? What else comes to your mind when you see this picture? Yes. Okay. What else? What else? Wow, confusion. Very good. Confusion. All right. Super. Great. So see, this is what many people's life. Many people, they were not aware whether they are under stress or not. There are many people, they were suffering with a lot of stress, but they were not aware that whether they are undergoing stress or not. Why this stress? Because of too much of work. If you lack in ability, that will convert it into as stress. Let me explain in my words. This is how it goes. Yeah, stress is a reaction of people have to excessive pressure or other types of demand placed upon them. It arises when they worry that they can't cope. So there are too many too much of expectations are from you, but if you find it too much of a work is there, if you can't do that, then that will convert into stress. So I will give you another explanation how the stress goes. Stress is a wear and tear our minds and body experience as we attempt to cope with our continually changing environment. Simple. I will explain always, whatever the wordings which I showed here, leave that. I'll explain in, in a colloquial way, you can understand what is stress. The stress is nothing but lack of ability to handle your situation is called stress. There is a lot of expectation from your side to do certain things, but you get lots of load of work. But if you lack ability inside, how to handle or not to handle, or you don't know how to handle that particular expectation or a particular role, that turn into stress. The lack of ability to handle your expectation, that is called stress. That is how the simple way. What happens once you experience stress? There are different ways you can see whether you are experiencing stress, or if you are working with your students community, you can also look for this kind of a changes to understand more about why these people are suffering with stress. There are four major areas: physical, mental, behavioral, and emotional. What comes in physical? If the person who experiencing stress, there is a serious challenges in sleep and feel fatigue, lot of problem with the digestion, and it lot of problem with the biological dysfunctions like sexual drive, headaches, aches and pains, infections, indigestion, dizziness, all physical symptoms. If you find these are all some of the symptoms which comes frequently, it's not that all one time it comes and it's not repeating, then fine. Life is always like, happy, sad, fear, anger, love. This is how it life has to go, like a wave, right? Sometimes you may be happy, sometimes you may be getting sad, sometimes you get fear, sometimes you feel happy, it's like a wave. Our life has move on. But sometimes, for the particular period of time, for more than a week or two, the symptom of this physical symptom like palpitation, sweating, restlessness, dizziness, if it continues for a week, more than a week, you need to look, is there anything environment expecting from you, or you have been loaded with so much of work, or you don't know how to handle, you don't know how to solve, you are suffering with something. You need to check, if you are finding these physiological symptoms like this. And if you're working with your students, also find this kind of symptom is with them. There are not everything should be present, at least 4 5 symptoms with presence, and you could have, have a clue that the person is suffering with stress. There is a mental symptom in which you cannot see, outside, but inside there is a serious problem in concentration, there is a problem in memory, they have a poor decision making and a lot of confusion. Sometimes they disorient where they are, and sometimes they get a panic attack. That's excessive fear. These are all some of the mental symptoms. Sometimes if you find your students also very good, sometimes they're very, very active in the class, all of a sudden they go down, emotionally low, and maybe they don't focus on you. They forgot to answer when you ask the question, though it's an easy question, but your student, the favorite student in your class, is not able to convert it into answer. You have some doubt in that. Yes, that is something which is keep running inside the mind. Maybe they undergo some pressures, that pressure leads to stress. These are all some of the clues you can have in your mind. So when you work with your student, or you can work with your colleague, even if you see, you are the person where you are living with your colleagues, your friends, family, friends. These are all the area you can see if somebody is undergoing some kind of a pressure in this category, right? What else? There are a lot of behavioral changes. You can see that a lot of behavioral changes like appetite problem. Maybe the appetite is too high, they eat a lot, they don't eat at all. In opposite side, they don't feel like hungry to eat, but the other side, they eat a lot, they increase their weight, and at the same time they decrease the weight as well. So there is a huge change in weight management. And also that will convert into eating disorder, that like anorexia, bulimia. These are all some of the behavioral changes. What is anorexia, bulimia? It's a psychological eating disorder problem, whereas they have a problem in eating to get more weight. They more concerned about the structure, they concerned about the calories, they worry about whether they gain the weight or not. That's how eating disorder goes. Increase intake of alcohol and other drugs. These are all some of the behavioral symptoms. You know what, sometimes the people who experiencing the stress for more than 2 weeks, They don't know how to get back that momentum. They don't know how to get back that energy or happiness. For that, they found, maybe the peer will influence them to go for drug or alcohol. Whereas this is very common with the male. What happens with female? If the female who's more excessive stress, what they do is they exhibit of going for shopping, eating chocolates, or going for a favorite restaurant to eat more. And these are all some of the symptoms to make them feel good. What happens is when they're experiencing stress, they feel like the momentum is missing, right? The wow factor will miss, and they wanted to get that good feeling, the good vibe. For that, they go for a favorite restaurant to eat to get the pleasure. So those who are experiencing stress for more than 2 weeks, they won't get that pleasure in their life. Whatever they do, whatever they show, it's all the monotonously they do, but they don't get that the momentum whatever they do. Same way with the stress people, they wanted to get that momentum, they wanted to get feel good, they wanted to get that happiness, the pleasure. For that, they go and eat. Somebody will take alcohol, somebody will go for long drive, somebody will go for shopping, spending money, make them busy. These are all some of the activity which is more. Normally we do that, we go out, eat, and all. It's the normal. But frequent visit happens only when they experience stress. Normally we eat chocolate, but when they're experiencing stress, they eat more, and the frequency is more. Maybe we eat once in 5 days, once in a week, but they take every alternate days, and they start taking every day. Sometimes they go on morning, afternoon, evening, like 3 times in a day. The frequency increases. That's what we wanted to see here. When you see your behavioral pattern is changing, then that's how you need to understand that we are under pressure, or somebody is you are seeing in front of you, your colleague or somebody. You can have a suspect, yes, somebody is having a fear, somebody experiencing some stress here. And restlessness, increased smoking. I can see there are many people, male usually they go for smoking for relaxation, but even female started taking up smoking. Sometimes stress induced smoking is also that, and they don't get satisfied. There are normally how people they get smoking, and the stress induced smoking will be different. They take more and more and more. They get once one cigarette to another cigarette, the gap will be very less number of time, and they take more number of cigarettes. That indicates that they are under stress. Restlessness, reckless driving, they move fast, fidgety, nail biting. You must be knowing this. Nail biting is very common. Many people they do this nail binding. And hypochondriasis. What is hypochondria? They go and check all Google symptoms to know whether what kind of problem I'm suffering with. The more disturbed in that. And what happens in emotional depression? Depression is nothing but extreme sadness, right? They feel like sad, they feel impatient, and they feel like crying, disoriented, they dull, restless. This all happens because of the emotional symptom of the stress. Sometimes they don't feel like doing makeup or combing the hair or wearing a good suit and booted or dress for looking good. Sometimes they all feel like, why should I go and do all this kind of stuff? They feel like they lost interest in projecting themselves in a highway. These are all some of the emotional symptoms. So what happens once you people are experiencing this kind of a stress, that leads to lot of physiological illnesses. Right now in our present situation, there are many problems people are experiencing, physiological problem, all induced by psychological problem like stress induced many problem like cardiovascular diseases, heart attack, and immunity problem. So that's what in corona time I've been conducted many programs. During this corona time, I'm the first person in the world conducted 24 hours webinar marathon to create a world record. I conducted 24 hours. I spoke on 24 hours on improving mental health. That's what my program is all about. So 24 hours I spoke on how to strengthen your mental health. I did it in April 30th in 2020. So maybe 1 month of our experience of lockdown, I did this world record. So in entire world, nobody has done this so fast in world record in Zoom. But after that, there are many people started doing that, but I'm the first person. Why I'm sharing is there are many people, they don't know how to cope up. They don't know how to overcome this mental health illness. There are many people, they've undergone a lot of stress, depression, anxiety, a lot of problem they faced. My program was transformed more than 10,000 people, so I feel happy for that. Thank you so much. So this is how the stress related problem. So how the stress induced physiological problem? It's called psychosomatic. We call it as a psychosomatic illness. What is psychosomatic? It's very simple. Psychosomatic is nothing but how you program your mind. That's the most important. Psycho means mind, soma means body. When you're psychologically you're sick, soma, psychosomatic. So when you're psychologically you are ill, and that leads to your body problems. That's how there are so many people they're experiencing this. Asthma is again a stress induced. Diabetes is again stress induced. I'm not talking about all the diabetes are stress induced. No, no. All the problem has different causes. One of the causes is stress. Okay, there are different causes. Okay, cardiovascular, immunity, asthma, diabetes, whatever I said, there is a different reason for that. There is one more reason. Even stress also induces this problem. That's what we need to understand. Not that only stress alone will give you this problem. No, there is another factor. For example, there are 5 different ways people experiencing this kind of disease. That one of the ways is stress. What else? This is what people know easily they get into digestion problem, digestive disorders, ulcer. There are many people they go into ulcer problem because of stress. And psoriasis, there are many people they surprised, they go to skin disease, skin doctor, and they will be taking a lot of medicine for improving psoriasis for almost 3 months, but no improvement. And the skin specialist will refer to us, so go and meet clinical psychologists. And no clue, they come and meet us by forced by the doctor, they come and meet us. Sir, I have a skin problem. Why? I don't know why they suggested a clinical psychologist to meet. They have a clueless why to meet the clinical psychologist. They always come and say, sir, I'm not like a mad like other person, but I'm wondering why my skin specialist referred to clinical psychologist. They come with this question and they put the question on table in front of me. But there is a huge reason. When you are psychologically not well, there is a problem in skin diseases. And that too, many people in hostel, if you could see, you are working with students, right? There are few students, they experiencing skin disease, skin allergies, and stomach problem, migraine, headache, digestive problem. You must be seeing in hostels, particularly first years. Homesick people, they come to the first time to the hostel, they worried about they missing their family, and there are a lot of other challenges. For that, they reflect in a bodily symptom to get that sickness, and they go home and they get ready and then come back. I know you have been experiencing that, right? So these are all happens. Sometimes we also get, sometimes we invite we invite us to go on stage to share our ideas to the larger audience. Sometimes we may get frequent urination, sometimes uncomfortable in our stomach. We felt oh my god, I don't know how I can speak in front of management with all my colleagues are looking at me. I'm going to address to the larger audience, everyone is looking at me. These are all some of the ways you can see your heart palpitations, you get a lot of disturbance in stomach, and you get restless. These are some of the experiences. So if you are not getting any this kind of a problem, you are very happy. I appreciate that you are managing your life so nicely. You are skilled person to manage any kind of situation. I really appreciate that, because managing stress is a skill. Managing everyone managing your own stress is a skill. You have to learn, you have to acquire certain skills to manage your stress, because stress is a part and parcel of our life. Every day you have to face different situation, and every situation will give you some other stress. And we need to know how to master that. We need to know how to conquer that stress. If you master that, I can tell you, you'll grow in leadership. You will grow in whatever the work you are in. You can see that your promotions, you can, that everything whatever you see in front of you, the people are in, getting, later, least senior leaders, go changing one person to another position, changing one person to another position. You are taking so much of responsibility, and you need to master your emotions first. That's the most important. Those who master, they will grow easily. And everyone, most of the people, they inspired by Mr. Sundar Pichai, the growth of this man from India who's rocking in US and entire world with the help of his own parent company called Google and Alphabet. If you see the growth of his, he started with the employee, and then senior position, and then senior most position, and then now he's a company CEO. How he grew? Just very simple. He manages his own emotions. He manages all the pressures. He knows how to convert that pressure into positive. He knows how to manage his emotion to change it into productivity. That's why he is coming up. So I'm not telling only because of the managing stress he's coming up. No, because he's skilled. He's skilled, as well as when you go to, a senior position, it's not that easy, right? Managing entire thing, everything has to go under his mind, right? So everything is going under his mind. Look at your HOD. Look at your HOD. See, if you are a professor, assistant professor, senior professor, or the lecturer, you have some responsibility. Every day when you come in, you have some responsibility to do, right? You have certain responsibility to deliver. Like you, there are 5 6 faculty members in the same department. There is one head of the department. Head of the department has a different mindset, and the head of the department has to think differently to manage. Has to go, the department has to go on a structure. It has to go on a procedural. It has to go on a basis of how they frame the curriculum. Everything has to, head of the department has to manage with this, with the help of you, with the help of your colleagues of 6 to 7 faculty members join in a one particular department to empower the department, to empower the students with your knowledge and support. For that, head of the department thoughts will be something else. The busyness of the thought compared to you with the head of the department will be much more higher. When you go to the principal, when you look at your principal's mind, what kind of a mindset they are? Entire college department, entire head of the department, entire students welfare, curriculum, placement, all the practical exposures has to go on time to time, and see that the thinking level of a principal. That's what he also has a lot of pressures. He has to do a lot of multiple roles. All the multiple roles, the person who's managing it nicely and balancing their life as well, taking up your role as a principal, role as a head of the department, role as a assistant professor or professor, senior professor, and you have to manage your family as well. That's how, balance of your life goes smooth one by one, right? This is what, as a my dear professors, lecturers, please understand, stress is very common. You need to acquire certain skills to manage stress. So without stress, we cannot live our life. Stress is always there, and stress always, uh, good and bad. The discussion is always there. This discussion is always there, good or bad. Stress is good or bad. Come in the chat box. Let me explain why this is good, why it is bad. After your explanation, come in the chat box, please. Is the stress is good or bad? Kindly give your opinion in the chat box. I just wanted to see how many of you are attending this webinar actively. Sometimes, we play a dual role, and you have a lot of other works to do. I do understand, but at the same time, you are attending this webinar too. I hope, I'll get a good number of response here. Is the stress is good or bad? My dear professors, please come in the chat box. Yeah, please. Yes, Mayuri ma'am, thank you. No means stress is good or bad. You said it is bad? No means bad, or the stress is good? I want good or bad. Yeah, very bad. Very bad. It gives hypertension. Yes, Praveen sir, yes. Mayuri ma'am, it's bad. Yes, it's bad. Correct. Sometimes stress is bad. Yes. They get disturbed. We lost our daily living and we cannot able to maintain happiness. We don't show our originality. Sometimes it put you down. So that's bad, right? Only three response. Please, please. Professors, my dear professors, I want your response, please. I want you to give me answer for either stress is good or bad. I want you all to give your opinion. Please, please. Come in the chat box. Come in the chat box, please. Good or bad? Yeah. Only three response. Praveen sir says bad, it gives hypertension. Yeah, sometimes stress will give you hypertension. All right. Only three response. Please come. Yes. Okay. I will give you my explanation. Is it a stress is good or bad? I will say good as well as bad. Both. My suggestion is both. Let me tell you why. Stress is like probability curve. If you see that bell-like curve, maybe in statistics you must be seeing a bell-like curve, right? If you see the bell-like curve, no tension in the bottom line. The person has no stress, he will become lazy person. He'll become unproductive person. If the person is high, the other end, this is no stress, high stress, performance will be very, very less. And the optimum level, the higher level, the top bottom is called optimum level of stress. Optimum level of stress will increase your performance, and so energetic, you do all your work. That's called eustress, they call it as. There is a two type of stress. One is eustress, another one is distress. What is distress? Distress is the performance is affected with I got a stress. Due to that stress, my performance is reduced. That is distress. I got a stress. With the stress, I increased my performance. That means that is eustress. Stress is very important, my dear friend. If you say that without stress, we cannot grow in our life. Let me tell you one example so that you can understand why stress is important. If you are informing to your students that within 1 week, next week on same day, you will be writing an internal exam 1 week before you are publishing the date. There are different people, they take it differently, right? Few people, they take it as, oh, still 1 week is there. Okay, we'll study. Still a lot more days. I can manage. These people are no stress people and no, they've become lazy. The other side, high level of stress people, how they take it? Oh my God, I don't know why they given the exam very soon. I need to prepare that particular portion, this portion, that particular subject, this subject. I don't know whether I can able to finish it in 1 week. That's how the agitation goes. The stress level goes high, performance goes down, unable to bring the originality. Though they prepared well during that particular time, they were not able to produce the result. What is the the optimal level fear people will respond to this situation? You will have an exam in 1 week. The optimum level stress people will think inside and say that, yes, I got an internal timetable. In 1 week, I'm going to write an exam. Fine. So what are I prepared before? What are the things I need to prepare? What is my schedule? What are the subjects which I need to spend more time? What are the area which I want to do increase myself? Okay, fine. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, this is my portion, and at the end of Friday, I'll be fine and ready to face the exam. See the optimum level of people, how they plan. The stress will increase the performance, and that's called eustress. That's called optimum fear, optimum stress. If the person has no stress, he just postpone, procrastinate easily and say, chalo, yeah, we'll have 7 days more to go for the exam. But do it till tomorrow. Today we have exam. Today we have a match. IPL. I need to watch IPL. I need to watch the series. I need to watch my favorite movies released. Let me enjoy today. I'll read later. See that the procrastination comes in. The person who has no stress, he will procrastinate. Person has high stress, they lose the performance. Person has optimum, energized, that drive in. You do it perfectly and you will be the person who master it, right? So don't worry about whether you are undergoing stress or not. Always stress is good. Sometimes we don't know how to handle that, will leads to high level of stress. Let me tell you, life is always, mixture of our emotions. Life is always mixture of our emotions. Lot of emotions we have to cross by. Can I have an answer here? I want all the professors to please type in what comes to your mind when you look at this picture. There is a number in this picture. I want you to guess the feeling. Number one, how this looks like. Number two, what it looks like according to you. There is no right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. Please give your own answers. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Praveen sir. One is happy. Yeah. Thank you. Praveen sir is a host, I guess, right? If I'm Knowledge Institute of Technology, he's always good in responding. I want all the professors be active. I know you are so much of knowledge professors. I want you to give your own answers for this picture. Be active. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. So you can type one by one also. Type your private number and guess what kind of feeling they undergo. Please type. Yes, I want everyone to be active on the chat box. I want to give you superb technique. Take home message is there. End of the program. I'm going to take you to a beautiful technique which I wanted to share with you all. I guarantee you that the time what you are going to invest today will be useful and meaningful. I guarantee you that. And a lot of things which I'm going to discuss. Stress management is not, uh, the new topic, right? You must be attended many stress management classes so far. I guarantee you that this will be something different. Though you maybe attended different programs in different places on stress management, but this program, I can guarantee you there will be a lot of take home message, and there will be a lot of take home strategies also. Yes. Yeah, how many of you responded? Yes. Wow, so many professors are responded. Number one, happy, fine. Guess another numbers. Guess another number. Number 4, 5, 3, 2, 8, 7, 9. You can guess. You can guess. Come in the chat box. Kindly type, please. I hope all the professors are busy in attending this webinar and they forgot to type. Professors, yes, come on. Yeah, thank you, Praveen sir. Number 2 is love. Perfect. Perfect. Yes. What else? What else? Yeah, Mayuri ma'am. Number 8 is bored. Yeah, perfect. Bored. Yeah. Sometimes students feel bored of our lectures. Sometimes students face, when you look at the students face, it's a, we feel bored and we stop talking and we stop the presentation, right? Sometimes. All right. All right. So is there anything comes in your mind? There are 8 numbers are there. No, 9 numbers are there. There are about 100 professors are attending this webinar. I want you to be active to give your own response. What comes to your mind when you look at this picture? Yes, yes, yes. I think you're all typing. Oh, Sangeeta ma'am says number 9 is angry. Yes. It's the emotion, whatever I said here, the 9 types of emotion, which is a part of our life, right? How many of you are empathizing that you also undergo this kind of an emotional changes, the feeling changes in your life in the morning to evening? Sometimes you feel happy, sometimes you feel shocked, and a particular class in your mind you have that, oh my god, I don't want to go to that particular class. And in the nice afternoon, your head of the department pushed you to go for that particular class, and you in your mind already you don't like that particular class. There are naughty students are there. When you enter, gone. You will be changing your emotion to frustration, irritation, sadness, anger. So many things will come. So this is a part of your life, right? All the feelings you must be experiencing, right? Thank you, Mayuri ma'am. Five is frustration. Yes, we go a lot of frustration sometimes, right? When you evaluate your students' answer sheet, how do you feel? When you evaluate, after finishing your internal exam, you got a answer sheet with you, and within this weekend you have to complete and you have to write and you have to enter all your scores in your department database, right? How do you feel when you evaluate your students' paper? Check your emotion that time. What kind of feeling you undergo. This is what, it's part of our life. This, all the feelings are happening. It's like a wave. Morning happy, sometimes when somebody called you, we go into different emotion. This is all our life, right? So feelings are always normal. Every being has feeling, and it's normal part of people who are alive. In fact, the probably feeling is right now you may having some feeling. Somebody will be happy, somebody will be bored, somebody will be anger. Who knows what happened half an hour before that changes your life? Maybe what happened during your lunchtime that changes your feeling, to change your mood to different and different. Your feelings are changed. Yes, yeah, thank you, Mayuri ma'am. Sixth one is, oh no. Correct. So there are different types of feeling. I'll take you to this one by one. And every feeling has always a negative as well as positive. And fear is one of the feeling which everyone wants to avoid. And you must be heard this term many number of times compared to other emotion. Fear is the one which frequently used. You know what? I got fear of that. I know I'm scared of this. I know I'm afraid of that. You must be heard about this. Fear of snake, fear of dog, fear of dark place, fear of alone, fear of stage, fear of ghost. So many fear you must be heard about, right? Fear is a response to treat to our life or well-being, and fear helps to motivate us to escape from danger. That's what we need to be very clear. So all the emotion has some purpose. All our emotion has some purpose. So our fear also plays a major role. Sometimes fear will increase your performance as well. I told you, right, that sometimes stress will increases your performance. It will help us to protect. Fear will always help us to protect from the danger. So that's how fear goes. I hope you all experiencing this fear sometime. Everyone will undergo this anger sometime. There are many people who trained their mind not to lose their temper. They are blessed. Training our mind not to lose our temper on particular situation is so blessed they are. Anger is a response to feeling disrespected, threatened, or attacked. Somebody, when they attack, we show anger for showing to protect our self-defense. Sometimes we show our anger for protecting ourselves. We use anger as a self-defense tool. This also happens. Sometimes somebody is irritating you or you irritate somebody. Either way, right? Most of the time our parents irritate us. Sometimes we irritate our children. And always our children says that, why are you irritating me? Why are you forcing me? Why are you shouting at me? Why are you showing your temper to me? See, you must be heard about these terms. These are all because of we lose our temper. We have some expectations from our children to do perform this that, and the expectation is not matching or expectation is not happening. We lose our temper and we show our anger. So anger is always there, but most of the time, please protect yourself not to lose your temper, to show your anger in front of students. When you show your anger to your students create an image inside. If you show your anger, you will not show your beautiful face. When you show your anger, you change your facial expression, you raise your volume, your skins are being tightened, you use all the words which is not common. That's how we express. That image will create inside the student's mind differently, and because of that, student may not cooperate with you. Maybe student is disconnect from you, maybe student is not cooperate with you. All those things happen because you create the bad image about you to inside the student's mind. How? Because of showing your anger. Always, not only with students, always maintain the happy state of mind all the time. I can tell you, you use your weapon. Use your weapon. Smile with everyone and talk with happily to everyone. You create a good image inside your anybody who's talking to you, and you connect with that kind of a people. And this, even with the student, if you connect with the student with a good image, and they're ready for you for the next day program. Next day when you enter the class, they feel, wow, yes, I'm waiting for this class. Such a wonderful feeling you can create. That's how the anger goes. So please avoid, these are all some of the emotions which we need to take care not to show from our side, right? Oh yeah, this is a sadness. There are many people, they get sadness, and during this corona, there are many people, they go this sadness. Sadness is one of the response to the loss of someone or something that is important to us. Something which is important to us is we missed it. That leads to sadness. We worried about that particular feeling for a long period of time. And there are many people, they They take care of the name, the fame, the role what they pay, the role what they play. Sometimes when anything goes damage in that particular area, also that leads to sadness. Either money loss, financial loss, or anything, person loss, that leads to depression. All right. Yeah, shame or embarrassing. This is also one part of our feeling. We don't like the shame or embarrassment, right? Sometimes we wanted to be happy, we wanted to be show ourselves proud to everyone, but sometimes some situations we get into this shame feeling or embarrassed feeling, and nobody will give you this, but we have to create that. We have to create that. Nobody will give you. Same is a response to personal characteristics or behavior that are dishonored in our community. Sometimes in front of everyone, when you are standing, when you used unparliamentary words or uncomfortable words, everyone look at you, that you feel like, oh my god, why I use this? Oh, I should not. I could stop that word not to be used in this meeting. Sometimes that feels you embarrassed and shame. Right. This is one of the good friend of depression, guilt feeling. Guilt is related to action where we violated our own values. Sometimes, we always feel for what happened. We always worried about, oh my god, I should not supposed to do that. Why I did it? All because of me, all because of that, all because of that. This all happens because of the guilt. Okay, so guilt is one of the interesting feeling. Many people they get into. Those who feel guilt, they go into depression. Guilt allows to repair some of the violations. So sometimes, when you feel guilty, we need to understand, yeah, I should not do that, right? That will help us to evaluate and protect our values, what is there in that. Yeah, this is also one kind of a feeling. Sometimes we feel jealous of someone or feel envy. So why this happened? Because the same department, same experienced staff, but in your head of the department is appreciating the other colleague instead of you. How do you feel? You know that you did a lot of sacrifice, you did a lot of work to empower the department and shared your own knowledge to empower many students in your own department, but the recognition goes to the person who's sitting next to you, the next table who shared with you. That person is getting recognized. How do you feel? First you feel irritated, and sometimes you may go into the why, what is special with them, why they appreciate, why they get recognition, why don't me? See the different, in our lifestyle, these are all things are happening. Even with your students community, you need to check what kind of feeling they are undergoing. Yeah, ultimately everyone wants this feeling only, joy. Yes, I wanted to be happy, I wanted to share happiness, I wanted to enjoy whatever the work I do, I wanted to be happy and enjoy joy. I wanted to create a joy in my class, I wanted to be happy in my home, I wanted to create happiness in my family. My joy is teaching, the passion is teaching, I'm enjoying every day. Yeah, everyone wants that, this happiness on every time. But knowingly or unknowingly, we are changing our emotion into sad, fear, anger. These are all the feeling which is changing our mind. And some people they come up quickly. Some people they go into that deep state of stress and depression for a longer period of time. Maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Some people they were not able to cope up and come back to the business, right? They don't able to come back. Here is a strategy. All right, so whatever I just shared with you so far, it's all in just an introduction about what is emotion, what is feeling, and what is stress. Now I'm going to quickly going for how to overcome stress. Are you all ready? Are you all ready? Say yes in the chat box. Say yes in the chat box, please say yes in the chat box. Type yes in the chat box. I'm going to share an interesting model. This is a model which I'm going to share now. Cognitive model. Yeah, thank you so much, Deepika ma'am. Yeah, thank you, Bhuneshwari ma'am. Yeah, I'm going to share this most interesting model. This is a cognitive model. This same model which I've been shared with 100,000 people in 12 different countries. I've been invited to almost more than 325 plus webinars as a guest speaker from last April. And before that, I've been invited to different countries for doing program. I'm very much popular in Singapore, Malaysia, Kuwait, Dubai, Sri Lanka. I've been invited to many programs. Even next month, I'm traveling to Kuwait and Bahrain, these two countries. And followed by, we have a Dubai program also. But all those things, whether going to happen or not, I'm not sure. But I already booked and the visa is released and tickets are booked. But we need to wait whether the corona will allow me to travel. There are so many cases have been spreading. I heard, different parts of in India as well as in other countries too. In anything based on the time to time only. Last year, what happened? One of my friend who came from Kuwait to India for his vacation, for 10 months he locked here. He was not able to get back to routine. 10 months, flights are banned. Recently, only August only, he get back to his routine. So 10 months he stayed here. So too much. So like that, there are many places, different rules are there. So anyway, I'm just the same model which I'm going to share with you all. Are you all ready for the new learning? Whatever I just shared so far, maybe you may be aware. Sometimes maybe it is refreshing. Maybe it is second time you are heard this, or all the chapter. But this is the next model which I'm going to share with you is super excited model. I hope this is very new to you and take home message. And that model which I'm going to share with you is the practicality of how to overcome your stress. Is that clear? Yes, I wanted to move on to my cognitive model. So what you see in this picture, can you all give me your feedback, the interpretation of what you see here? What comes to your mind as you look at this? One word, what comes to your mind when you look at this picture? What comes to your mind? Yes. Type, please type, professors. Yeah, what comes to your mind? Faculty members from different parts of India. I heard from Knowledge Institute of Technology, one of the best college in our place in Tamil Nadu state. One of the best college is Knowledge Institute of Technology. It's very much popular. All education is running this institution. You must be heard about Kiot. And this particular college, I'm very close to them. I do a lot of training program for faculties and all my dear students and all the parents. I do a lot of training programs. What comes to your mind? What comes to your mind as soon as you see this picture? All the professors from different place, different parts of India. Yeah, daring, enjoying. Maybe he's a trainer. Wow, good guess. Good guess. Very good. I really appreciate. Bhuvaneshwari ma'am, Srinidhi ma'am, very good. I'll show you another picture. What comes to your mind? What comes to your mind? What do you see in this picture? Yeah, please type. Leadership quality. Wow, Deepak. Yeah, very good. Research scholar. Curious. Mayuri ma'am says curious. Very good. Okay. Deepak says it's leadership quality of a dog, right? Dogs are trained in the leadership skills, and now they show the leadership skills not to attack a smaller one. Very good. I really appreciate Deepak. Is there any other response, please? Yeah, patience of the dog. Srinidhi ma'am. Wow. Super. Srinidhi ma'am, assistant professor from electrical and electronics engineering from Knowledge Institute of Technology. Thank you so much for your wonderful answer. So this is how, why I showed this two picture. As soon as you see this picture, your mind starts thinking about, right? Your mind starts thinking about maybe this, might be this, could be this, might be that. Your mind starts giving some reasons, right? Maybe this, maybe that, right? This is what our mind is programmed. This is called interpretation in psychology. The model which I'm going to share for the next slide is the most relevant thing is this picture. The interpretation is the most important tool which I'm going to discuss here in this model. Let me take you to how to understand this model, and then later on I'll come to interpretation later part. Okay. I will request everyone, please, whatever the work you are in, maybe if you are not listened so far, but I want you to pay attention for the next 10 minutes for this program. This model is one of the take-home message model. Please pay attention here. Whatever the work you are doing, please leave for next 10 minutes. That's a beautiful model which I wanted to share with you. This model goes like this: a feeling changes your behavior. Your feeling changes your behavior. How many feelings we get? Almost 5 different feelings: happy, sad, fear, anger, love. These are all some of the feelings every day cross by. Every human being cross by. So happy, sad, fear, anger, love. These are all the some of the feelings. Whatever the feeling you are experiencing, based on your feeling, your behavior changes. If you are experiencing happiness, your behavior changes into energetic. All the work you do on a right time, you are just doing this and that without tired. You show your energy, you show your momentum, you finish all your work on time. And when you're experiencing happiness, you show your love, you feeling of caring, affection, involvement, motivation. Everything will come only when you are happy, experiencing happiness. What will happen if you're experiencing sad? Your behavior changes into dull, low emotion, disturbed sleep, disturbed appetite, crying spells, crying, not attending any outside program, prefers to be at home, not taking care of ourselves, feel like not to show our face to anyone. These are all sadness. So this sadness leads to depression. That depression, if the severity level of the depression goes from mild to moderate to severe, the severe category of depression will leads to suicidal thought. Why people are getting suicidal thought? Because of these major three feelings. Let me explain in orally. Somebody can type in the chat box. The first feeling is feeling of worthlessness. Feeling of worthlessness. Can somebody type in the chat box, please? Feeling of worthless. Second one is feeling of helpless. Feeling of helpless. Third one is feeling of hopeless. Feeling of hopeless. These three major feeling leads to, these four major feeling leads to suicidal thought. Feeling of helpless, feeling of hopeless, feeling of worthless. I want you all, please, somebody can type in the chat box, please. Feeling of helpless, feeling of hopeless, feeling of helpless. Please understand, there are many people, they face this kind of challenges. Feeling of helpless, hopeless. Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Deepak. Thank you so much. So feeling of helpless, feeling of not, it's not worthless, worthless. Worth. I don't feel worthy. Worthless, feeling of hopeless. Fantastic. Those who experiencing this three different feeling, this called cognitive triad. Negative view about self, negative view about work, negative view about the world. These are all some of the feeling. These feelings will lead to suicidal thought. They lost hope, they lost themselves, they don't feel like worth it for living a life for the rest of the life. No, they nobody there to help us. That's why people are going to suicide. And you could see that there are many people, they cut their hands. The pain which they so much of pressure inside, the pain creates, that pressure creates a lot of pain inside. They don't know how to tolerate the pain, because of somebody, they cut the hand to see that this pain, this pain, they don't feel like that is a pain. But the more than the mental pain is much more higher than the physical pain. After 2 days only, they realize so much of pain they experience. After 2 days only, the entire hand will be so much painful. That's how the pressure leads to be, right? So I want you to understand here, these are all some of the feeling you need to be mastered. And please make sure in your student community or your colleagues, if they are undergoing this kind of a feeling, please help them to seek help for professionals or psychiatrists or any trustworthy person. Let them go and ventilate first. But they don't directly ventilate, they don't say directly that I feel like worthless, I feel like hopeless. No, they won't say. They say it in indirectly that what a life, yeah, life is boring. Maybe living a life is not so exciting. After this corona, I don't know, maybe the life will be more interesting. Living a life is waste. There is no purpose of living life. Nobody is there to help. Even in corona, everyone is selfish. Nobody is help to each other. I don't like this world. I don't know whether the world is better place for living. If they speak like this, there is you can suspect there will be something which is troubling inside them, not to live their life happily. They don't have a grip to do all the responsible work. They wanted to go away. These are all some of the clues you can see here, right? Right. So this is how the sad feeling behavior goes. And fear. What happened when the person who is experiencing fear? The behavior changes into heart palpitation, choking sensation, restlessness, tremor, sweating, all changes happen, memory loss. And sometimes, people who are experiencing exam during exam time, they get excessive fear and they forgot all the answers while they're writing semester exam. That happens. Sometimes they forgot all the answers and they remember all the answers after the exam. All block happen. It's not that memory problem, it's all block. The shock, performance anxiety. They were worried about the result. They want a better result. They want a best result, but they were afraid of whether will they get a better result or best result. That's why they get into this kind of shock. Okay, so what happened with the person who experiencing anger? When the person who experiencing anger, they go into mad state. Mad. What is mad? M-A-D, mad. Abnormal behavior. They shout, they raise the volume, they throw the object, they break the things, and they're restless. All those things you can see in anger state. The feeling changes to your behavior. You need to check yourself what kind of feeling you are right now. The stress is nothing but a mixture of everything. You may not be qualified as a depression, or you may not be qualified as an anxiety, you may not be qualified as irritated, you may not be qualified as a happy person. All mixture is stress. You take all ingredients of 25%, 25%, 25%, 25% put together, it's called stress. Though your work will be happening. If you find depression, after 2 weeks of depression, they hide, they will not come to the work. They feel like tired and all, and they don't want to see the people, and they hide and they live inside the home. They will not come to the work also. Whereas stress, the person who is experiencing stress, they come to the work, they do the work, all the responsive work they complete, but underline, they won't get the satisfaction. They feel tired easily. They don't get that original thinking. They feel like tired, uncomfortable, physically weak, and they don't show the momentum and energy, and they complete all the work. That's why the stress people, the many people who undergo stress, they don't aware whether they're undergoing stress or not. And they realize once they go into psychosomatic problem only, they realize, oh my God, I got so much of ache in my knee, so much of ache in my body. I could not able to walk. I could not able to speak. When they go into this problem, then only realize, okay, due to stress, long period of time I'm undergoing stress, but I didn't address the stress out properly. That leads to your psychological problem, the psychophysiological problem. Then only they realize, okay, I got stress. They understood it's a part of life. It's a part of life. It's a part of life. They go, not enjoying their life. They do complete all the responsible tasks. All right, so now I think you must be having so much of awareness about to understand physiological symptoms, to understand your emotional symptom, to understand your physiological symptoms, to cope up with how to overcome your stress, right? So here is a law. This strategy will help you to overcome. And this is a strategy. Okay, whatever I'm sharing here, it's a cognitive model. It's called CBT model. Cognitive behavior therapy model is a strategic model. It's worldwide. This is a model which is widely used to overcome all kind of emotional challenges. If you understand nicely, I can tell you, you can manage your emotion and you can teach this model to anyone. Everyone will get empowered and everyone will appreciate you. That's the most important thing. If you could transform one person's emotion, I can tell you, people will treat you as a god. They don't know what to do. The mind is stuck. They emotionally worried. They're not able to get a proper sleep. They don't know how to do. And that particular moment, as a faculty member, as a professor, as a teacher, if you could go and help that particular situation to overcome with all the strategy, whatever you are learning today, they will treat you like a god and they remember for your entire life. That's what, people are stuck with certain, some area they're stuck. They don't know how to overcome. This model will help you. Please pay attention. I want you all to pay attention for just 5 minutes for this model. This will transform your life as well as whoever you are going to transform in your entire life. Maybe you can create a better community. You can create a better place for everyone to enjoy their life. There are many people, they don't know how to enjoy their life. So this model will help you. Please pay attention here. Yeah, this model goes like this. According to feeling, your behavior changes. All the feelings I've been discussed just now, happy, sad, fear, anger, based on your feeling, your every behavior that produces, every feeling, it produces their own behaviors, right? Who is changing your feeling? That's the biggest question. Who is changing your feeling? Everyone will point it out, all because of the student, all because of my head of the department, all because of the management, all because of the parents, all because of my family, because of my friend, because of my principal. My dear professors, no, your feelings are changing not because of your work environment, not because of your family environment, not because of your friend environment, not because of your relatives environment. It's all because of your own thoughts. Your thinking only disturbing you, not any other people. If you start pointing out everyone because of you, I'm getting stressed. No. No other people from outside world is disturbing you. Everyone, they show their own behaviors, but all the problem happens with you internally, inside. If you're suffering, it's not because of outside world, it's because of your own thinking. So in a day we have 24 hours, right? Out of 24 hours we have 86,400 seconds. 86,400 seconds. Can anyone type in the chat box, please? We have 86,400 seconds in a day, out of which you and me are occupied with anywhere between 40,000 to 60,000 thoughts cross by. Can anyone please type 40,000 to 60,000 thoughts cross by every day? You and me are getting, even right now, you are getting so many number of thoughts, which cross by every day. But many people, they don't have an awareness how many thoughts we are getting, experiencing, how many thoughts which is crossed by. Many people, they don't get awareness. Please, somebody can type me 86,400 seconds, out of which we are occupied with 40,000 to 60,000 thoughts cross by. Yeah, please, somebody can type, please. Yeah, so this is how it goes. So your thinking changes your feeling. And many people, they ask me, sir, how thinking changes our feeling? Let me give you an example. What happens is, you produces a number of thoughts here. All the number of thoughts will not release, feeling changes. There are few thoughts we attach, we start believing, we start give importance to that particular thought. Because we give importance, that releases the neurochemical. My dear professors, your thinking releases the neurochemical inside your brain. Your thought attack your brain to release certain chemicals. In our brain, we have a different neurochemicals: endorphin, dopamine, epinephrine, and serotonin, oxytocin. These are all some of the neurochemicals which is there. Our body communicates with neurochemicals. Our body communicates with neurochemicals. Because of that neurochemical, your feeling is changed. All right. So I want you to look at here how this thinking changes. On every thought releases a chemical. Because of the chemical, your feeling changes. Because your feeling changes, your behavior modifies. That's it. How to change the thinking? Now you understand the most important factor is our thinking, right? So we need to know how to modify our thoughts. If you know how to modify our thoughts, and you can enjoy your feeling, because feeling happy is your choice. Happiness is your choice. Somebody can type me, happiness is our choice. Please, somebody can type me in the chat box, happiness is our choice. Happiness is our choice, because we are the one, we choose our emotions to experience. Nobody can disturb us. Nobody can change our emotion to sad, to fear, to anger. No, it's all we happens. Thank you so much, Bhuvneshwari ma'am. Happiness is our choice. Super. Because you choose to be happy. Because if you are not experiencing happy, it is not because of your surrounding. It's not because of your work environment. It's not because of your family environment. It's because of you choose to be sad. You choose to be fear. You choose to be anger. I'm going to give you a meaning and explanation how these choices are happening. Okay, wait for a few more minutes to understand in a deeper way, to understand about this model. Then end of the presentation, you will appreciate me. Yes, all my years, so much of years we crossed so far, we suffered a lot in particular days. Now you remember and think and say that yes, those days when I was suffered, all because of me, my thought process changed. Now you will realize that. Thank you so much, Ramadas sir. All right, so now I want you to look at this two area which I mentioned here. This is a tool which I wanted to give it to you. And this is a most important tool as well. Your thoughts are coming automatically. 60,000 thoughts are coming automatically. I want you to pay attention in this two important term which I mentioned here. Because of this, you can modify your thoughts. Okay, your thoughts coming automatically. Okay, there are few thoughts which we give meaning and we give importance. That's why we are getting feeling changes, right? Don't worry about the automatic thoughts. You can focus on interpretation, self-talk. If you focus on your own interpretation, self-talk, you can modify your thoughts. According to your thoughts, your neurochemical is released. Because of the neurochemical, your feeling changing into happy. Okay, please pay attention here. Interpretation, self-talk. Let me give an example. I want you all to look at my video here. Somebody can tell me what is this? Somebody tell me what is this? What is this? If you look at my video, I'm showing something. I want you all to look at my video and say, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Kindly type in the chat box, please. What is this? Yeah, water bottle. Yeah, water bottle. Thank you so much, sir. Hirali, water bottle. Yeah, thank you, Ramdas, sir. So what happens here is people see this as a water bottle. But I was asking about what is this? What is this? What is this? Now your response changing into cap. Thank you, Praveen, sir. See that now it changes into cap. So again, I'll ask again, what is this? What is this? What is this? Now we change our interpretation to music. Tapping, making noise. You are tapping. Sound. Yeah, very good, very good. Bhuvneshwari ma'am, super. See that one interpretation is not show one interpret. There are different ways to interpret. This is what happened in every person's life, my dear professor. We have different ways to interpret. There is no one single interpretation in every situation what happens inside your life. You know where you live, you know with whom you are surrounded with, you know with what kind of people or what kind of an environment you are living with. Every person's environment is completely different. Every person's family situation is entirely different. But you know how to interpret. Interpretation is very common for everyone life. Interpretation nothing but how I take it. You also see the interpretation of the previous picture which I showed you, the two important picture. There are different types of interpretation you have seen, right? Some people see as leadership, some people see as a discipline, some people see as a brave of a cat, some people see this as a car, it's illogical. Somebody says this graphics. This is called interpretation. On a particular moment, how you take it, that's called interpretation. How do you interpret? That changing your thinking immediately. What is your thinking goes inside, that will change your feeling. I will give you one example, you will understand here. You don't know who is Babu Rangarajan, right? First time you are seeing who is Babu Rangarajan through this webinar. Maybe Kiot professors, they know me well before, but other professors from all over India, from the reputed institution who are all attending this webinar, you don't know about who is Babu Rangarajan. And attending this webinar, you know that you know about me, and I'm coming to your place for some other purpose. I'm coming to your university, your college for some other reason. I'm just entering to your college. You are on opposite side and I am on opposite side. In one point we meet each other. How do you respond when you look at me for the first time in your campus? You will greet, right? Hi, Mr. Babu, how are you? I met you in that webinar conducted by Knowledge Institute of Technology. You introduce yourself and you greet me, but that particular moment I didn't respond to you. I was looking here and there and I didn't look at you. And the moment when you cross, check your interpretation and self-talk. What is self-talk? Self-talk is nothing but we talk to ourselves without making any noise. We talk to ourselves. You talk to yourself and you do interpretation about Babu Rangarajan. That particular moment when you move out, when you try to greet, I didn't respond to you. When you move, you talk to yourself, what fellow is he? I don't like him. He's a psycho. I hate him. If you're scolding about me internally, nobody knows what is happening with you, but you scold internally, you will create a thought process. Because of the thought process, you get into anger mode. You are getting irritated mode. The moment your feeling changes into irritated, because you converted your interpreted self-talk into a different thought process. That thought leads to a neurochemical. Because of the neurochemical, serotonin is released and you get into irritated mode. That's it, very simple. Because you're irritated, your behavior is restless and you are preoccupied, you are not able to focus for some particular time. And after some time, when good things happen and your interpretation changes and thinking changes and dopamine release and you feel good, and then behavior is comfortable and relaxed. All right. So interpretation self-talk. Do you agree with me that you do an interpretation self-talk on in your life? We do this interpretation self-talk. Do you guess when we do this interpretation self-talk in our life? Can you come in the chat box, please? Tell me when we do this interpretation self-talk. When we do this interpretation self-talk in our life, come in the chat box. Kindly let me know. Is there any occasions for doing our interpretation self-talk in our life? Is there any situation? Is there any event? Is there any other place we do this interpretation self-talk in our life? Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. When our expectations fails during particular situation. Yeah, super, Mr. Deepak. Fantastic, super. I can tell you, my dear professors, we do this interpretation and self-talk every second of our life, every second. Hirali ma'am says, Hirali Beachov, and we need to react on a situation, happy, sad, angry, but we should not stuck one same. Let it be. Past emotion should not affect present emotion. Wow, super, super, super. Very nice, brilliant. Interpretation self-talk happens every second of your life, every second. Even right now, some of the other interpretation is going on inside your mind. There are many people, they are busy in their work. At the same time, somebody heard. There are two things are happening. There are few people just logged in and went out. Interpretation self-talks keep happening inside. I want to do this work. I want to do that work. I want to finish all this. There are few people, they committed. They wanted to attend this webinar. They wanted to learn something new from this webinar. They are spending a quality time to learn from this webinar. They're investing this. These things are happening. This also one kind of interpretation self-talk. Thank you, Vijay Prabha, ma'am. We can't express our thinking about particular thing. Yeah, sometimes we can't express, but we talk to ourselves. We create some scenes inside and we do interpretation. That changes your thinking. I want you all to take you to an experience of understanding this interpretive self-talk model in a detailed way. I'm going to show you next slide. Yeah, if you pay attention here, these examples, I can tell you, you will learn a lot about this model, easy way. Okay, so this is a situation and we have always option A and option B. Option A and option B is nothing but how I understood the interpretation and what kind of self-talk I talk to myself. At the same time, based on your option, your feeling changes to fear or comfortable, right? There is a situation, as soon as you see a snake in front of you right now, wherever you are sitting, you are in a college or you are in a home, wherever you are, as soon as you see a snake in your place where you are sitting, what happens to you immediately? Your feeling changes into comfortable or your feeling changes into fear. Check yourself. Check yourself. If you are experiencing fear, it's not because of the snake, my dear friends. I already told your happiness is your own choice and your option leads to your feeling change. Option A, interpretation self-talk. As soon as the moment when you see the snake, your self-talk and interpretation goes like this. Oh my God, it's a snake. It's poisonous. It is dangerous. I don't know what to do. I know it is going to die. This snake is going to kill me. Alas. That kind of interpretation self-talk leads to fear. At the same situation, there are many people, they are comfortable. There are many people, they are comfortable. It's not everyone is getting fear. There are many people, they're comfortable. As soon as they see a snake on the situation, wherever they are, and the interpretation is different. That's why they are comfortable. Interpretation is, oh, snake, how come the snake is here? Let me see the emotion of the snakes. Let me see how I can catch. Let me see the snake has a poison. Let me see what kind of snake is this. Let me see what is it for me to save. Let me see how best I can lift and throw it away. See the interpretation. Interpretation change the emotional changes here. You need to watch your interpretation self-talk. Because of your interpretation, your emotion changes. The choice of being happy leads based on what kind of interpretation you have inside your mind. That's it, right? I'll give you a second example. This is very common fear factor for the children, for adolescents, as well as even adult. Dark room fear. As soon as somebody asks them to go for a dark room, they get fear. Oh no, that too night, 11 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, peak anxiety. When somebody asks them to go for a dark room to take that particular object, they get fear. You know who made them fear? It's not about the dark room, it's about interpretation and self-talk. Oh my god, dark room, no, it's difficult, uncomfortable, I don't know, something will be there, some ghost will be there, someone will be there, some unpleasant things will be there, it's no nothing, something is going to happen, I may die. That leads to fear. There are many people, they go to the same place comfortably, same place. Even if you call your father, if you call your spouse, they go inside in the same time. They go and they take the product and come back. Why? Because their interpretation is not like ghost or something or somebody, you know. They go inside, something will happen, anything can happen. I can understand. If any ghost comes, I'll invite them for a coffee. Let's see if anything goes happen. Let's see and face it. That's the interpretation. They go and they win. That's it. This is how the cognitive model goes like this. Please understand. Somebody lost their mobile. They go into fear. Sometimes they go into sad. Who made them sad and fear? It's not about the mobile, it's about the interpretation. What they are talking to themselves, how they understand about the situation, that leads to sad. Sometimes, you know, mobile loss, they do, oh my god, I don't know what to do, I don't know, my parents will scold me, I don't know, my spouse will ask, I know I lost my money and no, it's too much, you know, I'm sentimental, I know this mobile gives me more, I got this job because of this mobile only. I know I lost the mobile, you know, they go into sad and fear. There are many people, they maintain the same happy state, you know, even though they lost the mobile. What to do? They take it in a different way. Option B. Always you have an option to change your emotion, not that only single emotion. No, you have the different ways of interpretation. Change your interpretation and you can easily change your emotions. Mobile lost, will you want to experience stress or you wanted to be comfortable? People take it differently. How? It's okay, I lost something which is written on my fate, that I wanted to lose my money, I wanted to lose something. It's okay, I accept. It's my carelessness, it's my mistake, or maybe some fate. I have to accept and move on. Let me see. I can recover the data by using my mail ID. I can cancel all the other things. And then let me see, I can purchase a new mobile. I know this is a waste of my money only. It's fine. I accept. What to do? Maybe something which is going to come new for me, maybe something good to happen for me because of this loss. I accept and move on. Let's see, I go for the best. See the immediate change, you know, the shift of their thoughts, changing the emotion shift. That's what I tell you, right? Happiness is your choice. Happiness is your choice. You can choose to be happy all the time, even though any kind of situation, even in work environment or family environment or social environment, wherever you travel, you can maintain your happy state. Nobody can put you under stress. Nobody can put you under anxiety. All right. This is another incident which I wanted to share with you. Your friend is getting recognized, or your friend is getting victory. Will you get jealous or will you be comfortable? If you are jealous, because of your interpretation, it's not about the friend victory. Friend victory is he did something and he got victory, and I'm jealous of I'm getting jealous because, oh, how come he's getting to that? Even I'm doing the same thing, whatever he's doing, I'm doing the same, but how come he's getting victory, why I'm not? Why you get victory? These are all some of the statement which goes inside and it leads to jealous. If you're comfortable and you can, there are many people, they appreciate also. Wow, they celebrate equally. The friend celebration like their celebration. Wow, super, very good. Hey friend, super, yeah, proud of you, super, you did it great. And then comfortable. Even the recent match happened in India, cricket match in last week. One person, Ajaz Patel, who got 10 wickets. It's very miracle. It's not happened or regularly. Very long time back, Anil Kumble, our Indian bowler, who took that 10 wickets in one single match. After long years, there is one miracle happened this time in India. one New Zealand bowler who got 10 wickets, all 10 wickets by one person. Everyone celebrated. Nobody, I don't know whether somebody jealous or not, but see that there will be possibility of somebody can be jealous. Even our Indian bowlers, they go and celebrate and they appreciate, they hug each other, they celebrate. It's a miracle, you know. It's not happened all the time. It's long time it has happened before, right? It's one per single person, 10 wickets. Though you have a five best bowler in the world, even though one person they got a chance to take all the wickets of an opponent. That's how we need to celebrate along with the, you know, maybe the same bowler in the same team maybe get jealous, I don't know, but it's called sportsmanship, right? People appreciate each other and then move on. Wow, great, you did it, good. So everyone appreciating one bowler for whole world, what will happen to other bowler who are all their own colleagues of the same team? Or they will not feel down, but they will also feel happy for that. That's how feeling change into comfortable, feeling change into jealous. If you feeling change into jealous, they feel worried. Oh, why only this fellow? He got a more over, he got more exposure, he got the pitch is good. That's why he got 10 wickets. That's why he got recognized by everyone. Even I also bowled same, but I didn't get the wicket on the same day. What I need to do? It's all favor for him. That's why he got. Even I know equally good bowler only. That time it's a spin pitch. It's a spinner only can take the wicket. Whereas I'm a seamer, you know, I cannot able to convert into wicket. That's why he got it. No big deal. I'm also equally good bowler. See that statement which is going inside that leads to jealous. The victory of other person is not able to enjoy themselves. Same thing happen in our life also. Sometimes we talk to ourselves unknowingly, you know, making ill statement like this, make ourselves feel comfortable is what? Hey, I'm happy, hey, proud of you, our country is proud of you. Even I'm also happy that I'm a part of your colleague bowler, that you did a great job, and I'm also in the same match. I feel great that you did a history in our country. Everyone is proud of you. Super, yeah. See that excitement, that appreciation, and the incident what happened, they also enjoying. Interpretive self-talk, comfortable, everyone enjoy and move on next level. That's what cognitive model is all about. Happiness is our own choice. Okay, now there is a sudden loss. Maybe person, maybe name, maybe finance, maybe job. How do you respond? Any loss happens, any financial loss, any name loss, you know, as in our life, you know, we give more importance to our name, right? Sometimes, you know, Babu Rangarajan means someone will have some good name about me. Sometimes we don't want to lose our name, so nobody ready to accept criticism about our name, right? Babu Rangarajan is waste. Babu Rangarajan is not good. If somebody says like this, you know, I may be going to sad, right? But no, listen here. Any loss happens, it's a situation. Any loss, we don't know what is going to happen in our lives. Any loss, maybe name, maybe for person, maybe job, maybe something. People are going into sad. Is it a loss is making you sad? No, it is not because of you lost. That's why you are sad. No, the loss happened in your life. What happens to you? What kind of self-talk and interpretation keep running inside your mind? What you're talking to yourself continuously, that leads to sadness. Please understand it. There are many people, they talk to themselves like, oh my god, I lost my name. How people think about me, you know, so many years the people are treating me like very good, but now I lost, you know. They scolded me in front of everyone. I don't know how to handle. I don't know, people will look at me bad, they laugh at me, they don't see you as before, they have a different mindset. I don't know how to handle some of the confusion which is happening inside, that leads to sick, the sadness. Even though if we lost a person in our family, is not because of the person we are sad, it's about the person what you talk to yourself. Oh, such a wonderful person, I don't know how to accept this, you know, I cannot accept this, I can't accept this, I cannot imagine that he's no more. I feel like why god punished me, you know, he's such a wonderful person, he helped me, he's the one who gives me everything, and oh my god, why this happened, why these things, why this only me, why my life is suffering, why this happened to me. the more interpretation self-talk which keeps continuously coping inside, they just confusing their mind. That's why they are sad for a long period of time. That leads to grief and they're not unable to come out. There are many people that quickly come out. They also feel comfortable. Same situation, same loss, name, money, job, whatever it is. How they take it, what kind of self-talk. That self-talk leads to comfortable. I do understand the person who I loved is not with me right now. I'm happy that so many years the person is with me to teach me, share with me. God has a different place to leave them. I appreciate, but this could not happen so early. But I have to accept and move on. God has a different place, a different plan, and He has a different place to live and inspire many other people in His second life. Let Him go and enjoy and transform many number of people. Thank God, at least I could spend quality time with Him for a couple of years, and couple of things which I learned from Him. I accept, I move on. What next? How I can take care of the family? How I can take responsibilities of this family, and what is my role after this person is not with us? What I need to do, how much work I need to involve, what kind of decision I need to take for the family, what is my role here, what is my presence here to enlighten the family of the person we lost right now, how I can transform my family. If you put questions inside your mind to understand what happened right now, I can tell you, you will be the better person and you will transform into comfortable. So comfortable happens only how you interpret inside. So happiness is our own choice. Let me take you to another example here. There are many students finding difficulty developing interest in studies. As soon as they open the book, they feel like, oh my God, they lost interest. Why? Because option A, as soon as they open the book, they start talking to themselves. I don't like the book. I hate the book. Who invented the book? Who wrote the book? It's boring. It's big question. It's dry. I don't like. I don't want to read. I don't want to study. These are all the interpretation which leads them to lack of interest and boring. So same book, other person is so much excited. Same book, the next person sitting next to you is so much excited. How this happened? Because of the interpretation self-talk in option B. Option B, the thought process changes. Thought process changes into, I love this book. I enjoy while reading the books. I learned a lot. Today I updated so much of knowledge. The information is so powerful. I learned a lot. I invested a quality time. I'm enjoying this book. I'm happy with the book. That changes into comfortable. Same situation, but different response. Why this is happening? Because of how you program your mind. Your thought process changes your feeling changes your behavior. So who's changing your thought process? Thoughts are keep running inside our mind, almost 40,000, 60,000 thoughts. But there are few thoughts which we do interpretation, self-talk. With that, we can modify and we can change our feeling into happy, and then we can maintain the happy state of behavior. Right. I called my friend. Okay. I made a call to my friend. He didn't attend my call. I got angry. So who made me angry? I called my friend. He didn't attend my call. I got angry of him. Who made me angry? It's not about the friend made me angry. It's about how I interpret and self-talk that made me angry. So I start interpreting that he wantedly avoiding me. He just don't want to talk to me. He don't want to share with me. And he's just showing off. This is my interpretation. The option A, that leads to anger. There are few people, they were comfortable. How they are comfortable? Because their interpretation is different. As soon as they called, they didn't attend. The phone was not attended by their friend. They talk to themselves like, it's okay. He may be busy. He may be in different place. It's okay, he will be called back later. I can talk to him later. If they talk to themselves like this, comfortable. So in your life, if at all you wanted to be comfortable, away from all the stress, fear, anxiety, you can be, yes. Let me tell you, this is one of the major problem in education institution. I could see, I was invited to many faculty development program on in person. To mostly 50 plus colleges I've been invited. I've seen this one common with most of the places. What is that? There are few teachers are being recognized, not you. There are few teachers who is not doing a dedicated work. You know very well. You are putting heart and soul and doing a lot of other works for the betterment of the department, betterment of the student community, and betterment of the management side. But the recognition goes to the person who's not putting their heart and soul. You get irritated. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm doing lots of work, and I'm taking a lot of other commitments, other works. Still, I'm not recognized properly. Whereas people who are not doing any other work, but they are getting recognized, they get so sad and irritated. I hope you may be experiencing this in your college, or maybe your friends have been experienced in different colleges. You maybe heard about this. Okay, I tell you, it's not that people are irritating you. It's not that people are making you sad. It's about you are connected with that situation and you talk to yourself saying that, oh my God, how can I, and how can I digest this? Why they're not recognizing me? Why they are recognizing this person? I put a lot of effort, but I didn't get recognized properly. I don't want to give my best hereafter. That's what goes inside. Please, 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 if people are not recognized this time, that means that there is some other place where you are better place to give a best recognition in future. Always think in that way. Option B. Okay, this time this person got recognized, it's fine. I may be recognized next time. I may be recognized in a different place. I may be recognized in the different people in front. Maybe I'll get a different place. I wanted to give my best for this organization. I wanted to give my best for my students committee. I wanted to give my best for the management. I wanted to give my best to empower this institution. If you talk to yourself and you will be comfortable and you will be happy to do all your work, and that's how it goes. There are many people, they get deadline projects. Oh, we have to complete on this particular, even no, now we have lots of inspections are coming up. We need to prepare all paperwork. We need to complete even the portions. We need to complete other works too, and the timetable preparation and all your projects. Maybe your gates, maybe you are doing PhD or you are guiding somebody PhD. All other works you have to take care, as well as you have a family too, and you have a family commitments. And what will happen with all the things are running inside your mind? One is project, one is other work, and then inspection, conferences, seminars, my team, I'm mentoring my students. I need to take my lessons too. I have a curriculum with this week I need to complete, and project sign, evaluation papers are pending, and my family, they're expecting my presence to for the marriage. So, oh my God, so much of commitments, right? What will happen if you are in this situation? You are going to go into stress mode, anger mode, sad mode, or comfortable mode. Choose to be happy, right? Don't worry about the situation. Situation is always demanding you. When you are in this situation, that means that you are capable of doing all the work. Stress definition, always remember the stress definition. Stress is nothing but lack of ability to handle your situation is called stress. So there are situations which is expecting you to do something more, but you have lack ability inside, that leads to stress. Okay, always remember, whenever you are facing stress, remember that I need to enhance certain skills. I need to expand certain skills inside me to face this challenge in a easy way. If you expand your skills, your situation become easy for you. When you are not expanding, situation become worsen for you. Worst situation you are going to face, right? So here, deadline projects, you have been anger and sad, stress. It's not because of the deadline project. It's all because of what you are talking to yourself. Oh my God, I didn't finish this work. I need to take care of that work, this work. Oh my God, this, that. Oh my God, so much. I don't know. I have very less. I'm so busy. I don't know. I'm going to finish it or not. I'm going to take a break. This is how people go into interpretation self-talk, and they leads to sad, anger, stress. Why people are comfortable even though they are playing a different role in organization, different role in a family, and they're still happy, still happy. That's a way of life they are living. They're enjoying the way of life and they start enjoying what they are doing. That's how it goes. Interpretation self-talk, what they're talking to themselves is very simple. They're talking to themselves is, it's okay, I do understand. I have a different plan. I need to finish it off this task, then after this, after this, that, and I have a clear plan and I can manage it. If they know how to manage the situation with the acquired and required skills, acquire your required skills, they'll be comfortable. Simple. I think this is my last example of this cognitive model. Okay, I hope you all got the idea of this cognitive model, how this cognitive model goes, and how you can overcome your stress and depression and anxiety, right? Current situation, whatever you are, if you feel that you are under pressure, either you are depression or either you are feeling anxiety, whether you are stress or frustration, whatever you are feeling uncomfortable in any point, I can tell you, my dear professors, it's not the current situation is disturbing you. The current set of interpretation, self-talk is disturbing you. Please list it down, write it down. What kind of self-talk which is going inside? Why I'm suffering now? Why only me? Why only it's happening with me? Why I'm suffering? List it down. It's not that situation is disturbing you. It's about you, your own interpretation is disturbing you. Please list it down. What is disturbing you? I'm suffering. Why? Why people giving me more responsibility, more work? I don't know how I can finish it off. Still I have a lot of work to do. I need to complete my PPT for next day. I need to prepare for the lesson plan. For that I need to work for the conferences. I need to call the delegates. I need to work for the department. I need to do lot of other work. There are many people, they're not doing it only, they are giving to me only, always. That leads to pressure. Instead of that, change your interpretation, self-talk, make yourself comfortable and happy, because happiness is your choice. So current situation, whatever your role you are playing, quickly you can change your emotions. I'm happy that I got a more work. I'm happy that they believe in me. I'm happy that I can able to finish it. I'm happy that I'm getting more experience. I'm happy that I can manage it easily. I'm happy that I'll finish easily. I'm happy that I'm going to support my entire department with my skills and ability and experience. I'm happy that whatever the work I do, it will convert into my experience. I'm happy that the more that I work, the more experience I get. I'm happy that I'm able to enjoy. I'm happy that I'm able to contribute. I'm happy that my experience are helping my department to empower. I'm happy that I'm taking more responsibility. I'm happy in doing all, accepting all other works. That's it. My dear professors, please understand, nobody is disturbing you. It's all the disturbance happen, your own interpretation, self-talk. The stress is nothing but how we understand in our mind, that leads to your discomfort. If you're finding discomfort in your life, it's not the discomfort happened by situation, the disturbance because of your interpretation. All right. So I hope you got a meaningful explanation about how to cope up and how to manage your depression, anxiety, stress, whatever the negative emotion you wanted to overcome. Apply this model. Definitely you will be master your emotion. Once you master your emotion, your mind is getting empowered, and definitely the more experience you will do, you will get more happy person you are. The more happy you are, the more leadership you can take. The more leadership you can take, definitely there is a promotion is waiting for you. Thank you so much for the great opportunity. Have a happy life. The session is open for questions, and definitely I'll be happy to answer all your questions. Is there any questions? And you can share your feedbacks. How do you felt this entire session for last 2 hours, almost 1 hour, 45 minutes? I have given my presentation. We have a last 10 minutes to wind up this session. And the session is open for feedbacks and questions. How many of you are active now? Okay, how to manage work-life balance, Ramadas sir. Okay, very simple, sir. So very simple. See, we are master of our own emotion. Once you know master of our emotion, it's very easy to balance it. What is balance here is how to take care of your family and how you take care of your responsible work. The work, whatever you do, that's a table, food on the table in our family, right? It has to be go in a simultaneously in a, in a both the ways. Enjoy your work, do all your responsibilities, master your required and acquired skills for the work environment to do what kind of work you wanted to do, and play the life, your family is expecting from your side. As soon as you enter your home, what is the expectation of your spouse, what is the expectation of your children, what is the expectation of your parents? If you understand these three, I know it's easy. And there are many people, they bring all the experience of from the work and they put here in the family time, and they suffer a lot and they miss their family time. That's why they lead stress. It's the family related stress. And there are many people, family related stress, they bring it to the work environment, and the work environment became a stress for them. So make sure that wherever you are, whatever the role you play, make sure you are happy. Watch your interpretation, change your interpretation, modify your interpretation, and you will be happy all the time. Thank you so much. Is there any other questions, please, or any feedbacks? Thank you, Bhuvneshwari madam, for the first feedback. Any other questions?
So for the feedback, we have created a Google form to get the feedback. So if possible, we can share you the responses after sometimes once after the completion of FTP.
Okay, fantastic. Is there any other questions, participants, please? Oh, thank you, Dr. Ranjana, Chitra Pavai. Wow, nice. Thank you so much. She's our
college faculty, sir, our department faculty.
Oh, fantastic. Pala Subramaniam, Dr. Ranjana, but difficult to implement these things. Yeah, definitely. There are many people, they find difficulty because they don't know the action plan. Hearing or listening about the presentation will not give you any benefit. You need to prepare an action plan to implement it. Implementation comes how matured we are. Once we understand about this model, we need to work on what is my problem, what is my interpretation, how I can transform. If you could have this kind of structure, definitely you can implement easily. What you have to do is go back home and just list it down. What is your problem area? What is your problem thought? And reframe the thought. That interpretation self-talk. Once you reframe it, and that becomes easy for you. Once you start implementing, make sure you're practicing for more than a week or 10 days. Once you practice for more than 10 days, I can tell you will become habit will getting formed. Okay. All right. Any signs to identify stress? So that's what in the first slide I expressed about physical symptom, mental symptom, behavioral symptom, which I've been discussed. If you find that slide with you, definitely that will be the area where you can work on. Is there any symptom which I'm facing stress? Most dangerous thing is many people, they don't know whether they are facing stress or not. They understood there is a way of life, they are suffering and they are living their life for a long time. That leads to psychosomatic problems. So if you could remember my first slide, second slide, I've been discussing about different forms of symptoms of behavioral symptom, cognitive symptom, kind of things which I shared with you. Maybe that clues you can experiencing. If you could check that checklist, you will know whether you are under stress or not. Yeah, there is a personal message says, beautiful, you made me to understand the practical life. All I could say it all our mindset, sir. Thanks a lot for motivating us. So thank you so much. Thank you a lot for the great feedback. Yes, it's easy, sir. Understanding about your way of stress, whether you are undergoing stress or not, is very simple. You need to check yourself. Are you happy? Are you enjoying? Are you satisfaction getting whatever the work you do? Others are feeling happy with your company. If these things are happening, then you don't worry that you are happy only, because we transform our emotion to other person's mind, right? If you wanted to make others happy, you have to happy first. When you feel happy, you make others happy. It's very simple. Same here also. If you are feeling stressed, you can create stress of other person easily. And if other person's also a company of your company, the presence of you make others are happy, that means automatically you are happy only. If your presence are not making others happy, feeling sick, that means you need to work on your emotions first. If you're not able to share your emotions, if you're not able to make a happy of your family, or you're not making a happy of your student community, you need to check and you need to work on your emotions first. All right. Thank you so much, sir. Is there any other questions? Please. I'm very, very happy to share my experience with you all this wonderful evening. My sincere thanks to Knowledge Institute of Technology, a wonderful institution which I'm associated with for last 6 years. I got inspired by this institution. Thank you so much for inviting me as a resource person for this wonderful AICTE sponsored conference and sharing my experience with all the eminent professors from all over India. It's a delighted and proud to share my experience with you all. Thank you so much. I officially hand over this webinar platform to the host for the further proceedings. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we are also very happy to have you on board with us for this FTP. So thank you so much. And with the formal vote of thanks, I would like to conclude this session of today's FTP. So gratitude makes sense of your past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. So with this beautiful note, I would like to conclude this session. That is a wonderful session and a fruitful session, which was handled by the clinical psychologist, Babu Rangarajan sir. And we are very happy that you have accepted our invitation for being the resource person for this FDP, Atal sponsored FDP, which is sponsored by AICTE. And on behalf of the management, Dr. P.S. Srinivasan sir, principal and founder of Knowledge Institute of Technology and Knowledge Business School, I would like to thank you wholeheartedly on his behalf and on behalf of our department, Electronics and Communication Engineering. I thank you wholeheartedly from the bottom of the heart on behalf of our head of the department, Dr. N. Sandhya Kumari ma'am, in absence here. So, and thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. And we are expecting your presence in future for the upcoming FTPs and STTPs if we planning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.